The book that I chose for this week was called Black Potatoes by Susan Campbell Bartoletti. And this book was about the Great Irish Famine. And so it talked about how the big crop of potatoes, the time that it failed and caused great starvation and the spread of diseases. And this talks about how the people struggled a lot with this and how there was a lot of death and a lot of sickness and everything. And it goes through and tells of the struggles that these people faced, and including people would even commit crimes on purpose just to be able to go to jail so that they could have a better meal that they would receive in jail versus what they were receiving at their own homes. And that was just one example of the hardships that they ended up going through. And I thought this would be good for students to read because not only does it give them the historical context of what happened during the Great Irish Famine, but it also helps them to get a better understanding of the historical context because they're able to read it in the form of a book that's more set up like a children's book versus a big old chapter book that they may not understand as well. And it also pulls away from the textbook kind of context and takes it away to where it's, like I said, it's like a children's book, so it's easier for them to understand. And the activity that I have for this book was called paired reading. And basically all it is students get into small groups of like 2 or 3 and they read through the story together. And I think this is a great activity because it allows them to get into smaller groups so they're not reading in front of the whole class if that makes them more nervous. And they're able to get help from their peers in their groups, and they're able to get used to reading more fluently with reading out loud to just those couple of people. That way, when they are reading in front of the whole class, they're less nervous. And I thought this activity was great because it allows them to be able to practice reading out loud and also to have their peers sitting right there able to help them if they need it.